I feel like with a name like that comes high expectations, and I would say right now he's fulfilling those high expectations. So I feel like someone have a name like that says a lot of our group. You know what I mean? We're trying to be great.
What are your expectations for yourself?
My expectations right now for this offseason, right now, these winter workouts, I want to come in and I want to be known as one of the hardest working people. Because, I was on the phone with my mom and I was telling her, like, coming out of high school, a lot of people say, I was the toughest tackle in the country. But I want to come in here and I want to be seen as one of the hardest workers, because a lot of times people with a lot of talent, they don't like to work hard, So I try to prove Coach Meg. I want to prove the older guys, prove guys in my class that I could be one of the hardest workers. So right now, my goal right now is to work hard, in every single drill and every single lift.
How the maps are not usually the plan for a freshman offensive lineman to start. It's happened in the last 7-8 years. But for you, there seems to be a general expectation that you are going to compete for one of the starting tackle spots, despite having another player that was similarly ranked to you that's been in the program for 3 years going against you. I mean, is that your mindset right now, the idea that if you can do the thing you just said and display how hard of a worker you are and combine that with your talent, that you could compete to start as a true freshman?
I would like to. I get in the playbook enough, and I work hard enough. I show the coaches that I'm ready to play, and I go out there when it's time to put the pads on, and I show that I'm ready to compete. I would like to compete to start as a freshman, God willing. But in the end, I just want to be on the field as much as possible in any way that can help this team, get where we want to be at.
Now, I've watched a lot of highlight films for offensive linemen in my life, and yours is impressive just because of the plays, but the general way that you seem to enjoy yourself on the field during the game, you dance when you pancake people, and you have I don't know if swag's an overused word, but you have a certain thing about you, What is that? What makes you different than other tackles? Who's dancing after the pancake block?
I would say I like to have fun with it, because for me, I feel like when you look at offensive line, a lot of times it's not really a fun position to watch. It's fun to dominate. When you're playing, it's fun to dominate the guy in front of you, but sometimes it's not fun to watch. And with me being relatively new to playing offensive line, I try to put my own spin on it. I want to have fun with it. So I guess that was my thing of, in high school when I was putting somebody on the ground, I was, I guess in a way, have fun with them, I guess,
Paris, when you talk about wanting to compete for a starting job on day one, in your mind, how realistic is that of a goal for you?
I feel like it's as realistic as I want it to be. I feel like and again, it's, as the coaches say, it's not up to the coaches. It's up to everybody in the room to compete, So really the spot's open for anybody. It's who's going to go in there and just take the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, again, if I'm in the playbook enough, if I'm putting in the work in the weight room, on the field, when we're running, trying to be in the front, do the things like that. When it's time to put the pads on, I go out there and I be the toughest guy I can be. Then I feel like at that point it's up to the coaches.
I know.
So it's all I can make that goal as realistic as I want to be through, what I put on film.
I know what kind of student you are and how important that is. Have you looked to see how rare that is for somebody to pull off? We're talking about two true freshmen that have done that ever at Ohio State. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do. I talked to Michael Jordan a lot about that, and he's told me that I can be the next one to do it. I just have to go out there and just put in the work to do it, and come in with the mindset that, okay, I'm gonna come in with the mindset I'm gonna be a backup guy this year, and next year's my time. I can't come in with that next year mindset that a lot of guys have. I gotta come in here with the mindset that I want to take somebody's job, because then that's how I'm gonna work the hardest. You know what I mean? Not try to work like a freshman, but work like an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, coach is gonna decide what's best for the team. But again, I determine, how much time I get on the field through my work.
Physically, what do you think will be the most important thing for you for these next 8 months, if you're going to do that by September?
I still got to figure that out. And I feel like I'll see how I match physically once you put the pads on. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not really worried about the physical part because I trust Coach Mick. I trust the strength staff, and I feel like they're gonna put us all in the best position to compete, where the physicality is not gonna be a determining factor. It's gonna be the amount of grit, the mindset. Just I feel like that's gonna be. It's gonna end up being the little things. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful for the strength staff we have.
Harris, how would you describe your game out there, just from a run blocking standpoint, pass pro, attitude, just how would you describe your game?
I would say when I was at St. X, we did a lot of passing, and I feel like that really helped me work on my pass sets, my pass protection. Princeton, I feel like we did a lot of running, and that's not something we did a lot at St. Xavier High School. As much, we did a lot of pulling, but I feel like just straight on a run blocking, that's something I got a chance to work on. At the All-American game, I got a chance to do a lot of run blocking, stuff like that. So I feel like I would say it's pretty balanced, but again, I feel like I like where I'm at because I feel like I'm really good at what I do, but at the same time, I still have so much to learn. And for me, that's exciting, having so much room to grow, because, you know, I'm dominating a lot of guys. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be the meanest guy out there. So I'm excited to work with Coach Stud and the older guys so they continue to help me, continue to help build that foundation, you know.
You committed to Urban Meyer, then he retired. You could have gone anywhere in the country. You decided to stick with Ohio State and Ryan Day. How long did it take you to realize you wanted to play for Ryan Day?
I feel like just through prayer, I feel like I just had to discern what was the best decision, because a lot of schools looked, I mean, there was a handful of schools that looked like great options on paper. They just matched. But for me, I guess it was, people say it's a gut feeling, and I had a gut feeling about a couple places, but I just kept getting a pull just to come back to Columbus, you know. So, and I always wanted to leave Ohio growing up. I told myself I got a chance, go anywhere in the country for free. I'm like, man, like, I'm trying to go to California or something, do something fun. You know what I mean? But in the end, it was just the best decision for me in my career just to stay here. Like, there was nothing that was that much better anywhere else. That was just like, you know, the honey fried chicken in Florida State is amazing. Yes, that was, you know, I was incredible. But yeah, like, there was nothing else that could necessarily pull me away, you know.
Have you ever looked up any Orlando Pace highlights or something?
I have.
What do you think?
Best college offensive lineman in the country, you know, hands down ever, you know, and NFL, you know, his NFL films are pretty much the same, you know.